Welcome back to Also News TV, and today we're going to first look at also expected Alexandre Lacazette transfer bids, but now face Aaron Ramsey repeats. And then we're going to look at also and Spurs could be set for transfer deadline day battle to land £37.8 million star. So the first transfer deadline states that also expected Alexandre Lacazette transfer bids, but now face Aaron Ramsey repeats. So the reports are stating that also Alexandre Lacazette was expected to gauge interest for bids this summer, but he could depart for a cut price fee as a result of no interest. Also, striker Alexandre Lacazette was expected to be on his way out of North London this summer for a respectable fee. But with no interest shown in the Frenchman, his contract could be run down until next summer, in which case he would depart the Emirates on a free to continue Arsenal's financial nightmare. The Gunners have had a huge problem in terms of recouping or generating transfer fees in the past decade, something which they were far from being renowned for in the Invincibles era. Having sold players such as Marc Overmars to Barcelona, Nicola Anelka to Real Madrid, and Emmanuel Adebayor to Manchester City for astronomical profits back in their glory days, the same feeling could not be further away as things stand. In fact, a graphic by the details their downturn in economic fortunes, showing just how measly their transfer dealing have become. A total of just £51.5 million was generated for Serge Gnabry, Wojciech Szczesny, Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain and Jeff Rain Adelaide over the past 4 years, with Gnabry being the most embarrassing sale at just £5 million. Yet, having also relinquished the uses of Santi Cazorla, Jack Wilshere, Danny Welbeck and Aaron Ramsey for free in the same time period, an estimated total of £260 million worth of talent has been let go for that shockingly low £50 million sum. This is without the mention in the swap deal formed with Manchester United, which allowed Alexis Sanchez to run down his contract in the swap deal for Hendrik Mkhitaryan. Despite doing better at Arsenal than Sanchez did at Manchester United, the Armenian was nowhere near as good at the Emirates as Sanchez was in his prime, in which he won Player of the Season. And to add to that cause, former youth players Doniel Marlon and Glenn Kamara were also sold for a combined £500,000. Yet with Marlon moving to Borussia Dortmund for £27 million at this summer as Jadon Sancho's replacement, and Kamara being linked to the £10 million move back to Arsenal, it represents poor business all round. This management, along with the lack of money from the majority of European clubs, could mean that Alexandre Lacazette may be the next big name on that list if he is to be swayed by a move abroad. Teams are struggling to sell players, especially their dead wood, as even the biggest teams in La Liga, Bundesliga and Serie A are struggling to come up with cash for these stars. Also expected some offers for Lacazette, but by taking this market into mind, it remains to be seen who will stump up the cash for him, and he is set to stay despite entering his final 12 months. It is just another mess for Mikel Arteta to deal with following the bouts of COVID-19 cases throughout the squad recently, with Lacazette one of the casualties. So it looks like also expected Alexandre Lacazette transfer bids, but now face Aaron Ramsey repeats. So it's nicely takes us on to the second piece of transfer news, which states that Arsenal Spurs could be set for transfer deadline day battle to land £37.8 million star. So the reports are stating that Houssem Aouar has been linked to the switch to both North London clubs this summer. Also, and Tottenham's pursuits of Lyon midfielder Houssem Aouar could continue until transfer deadline day, according to transfer expert Fabrizio Romano. The Gunners have held a long-standing interest in the French playmaker and were desperate to bring him to the Emirates last summer, only for a deal to eventually fall through late on in the transfer window. They have now completed the signing of Norwegian playmaker Martin Ødegaard, with a deal confirmed on Friday morning. However, it is understood that Arsenal is still hopeful of bringing in more players before the transfer window slams shut at the end of the month, which could mean a move for Houssem Aouar is not completely dead and buried if they can offload the likes of Lucas Torreira, Willian and Hector Bellerin in the coming days. Still, the Gunners' interest has undoubtedly cooled, leaving their North London rival Spurs with a chance to make a move for the 23-year-old, who is valued at £37.8 million on transfer marks. The Lily Whites have been credited with holding an interest in Houssem Aouar's services in recent weeks, and a swap deal involving former Lyon maestro Tanguy Ndombele. He wasn't included in Spurs' squad for fixtures against Manchester City or Pacos de Ferreira, has even been mooted by some sections of the media. And transfer expert Fabrizio Romano has claimed that the two North London sides could wait until the final days of the window before making a move for the tricky playmaker. Fabrizio Romano said on Don Robbie's YouTube channel, "It is a complicated situation on agent side because as they say from France, it is true that there is some situation from agent side, and that's why I would keep an eye on Houssem Aouar till the last day of the window because now still some rumours we have with Tottenham and with Arsenal. These two clubs are really interested in Houssem Aouar. Fabio Paratici wanted him a year ago when he was at Juventus. He had to make a decision between Houssem Aouar and Chiesa. They decided to go for Federico Chiesa. Lyon's director of sport Jorginho is keen to sell Houssem Aouar this month, according to French outlet RMC Sport, who claimed the French international could be available for a cut price in the coming days. News that will be music to Arsenal's and Spurs' ears. So it looks like Arsenal and Spurs could be set for transfer deadline day battle to land £37.8 million star. And that star is in the form of Houssem Aouar, as there is a huge transfer battle between Arsenal and Spurs. But Arsenal and Spurs are very tactical in their pursuit for Houssem Aouar, as they're going to wait until the transfer deadline day because this will lead to Lyon desperate to sell a player that doesn't want to play for the football club, and this will even reduce the fee that is currently being valued by Lyon, which is roughly around 17 to 25 million pounds, and Arsenal could pounce on this situation and beat Spurs to another signing that could be another success for the Gunners. Houssem Aouar has the capability to allow Mikel Arteta to adapt his formation and really make Arsenal a dominant force once again, but at the same time will also make that move for Houssem Aouar after making a considerable amount for Martin Odegaard, and him wearing the number 8 shirt, something that Houssem Aouar can operate in as well, could mean that they could not also move for Houssem Aouar. But Houssem Aouar once again will be a great addition for Mikel Arteta, and I think he is someone that is urging to join either Arsenal or Spurs, so we will have to wait and see how Arsenal will use the summer transfer window in the end. Make sure you check out the FA Cup post, there is a special link I will put below in the description, and smash that like button to see if you can reach 30 likes. Also subscribe for more daily videos and share the video with your Arsenal friends and family. Click one of the latest videos on the screen and I'll see you there.